Hello, my name is Miss Wofford, and I'm a math coach and a math interventionist at Lincoln Heights Elementary School in Spokane Public Schools. I am looking for all my kindergarten friends to join me today. Friends, all we need today is you. We're going to warm up our mathematician mind by reviewing 2D shapes. 2D stands for two-dimensional, and two-dimensional shapes, remember, are flat. Here's our first one. Hexagon. This is a hexagon. See how I can see that it's flat? It has 6 corners, or as mathematicians call them, vertices, 6 sides. Everyone say hexagon. Next shape. Did you say triangle? Nice job. This triangle has 3 vertices, or corners, and 3 sides that are straight. I'm going to turn it or rotate it. This is a square. It's got 4 sides and all the sides are the same length. Square. It's two-dimensional, it's flat, and it has curved sides. This is a circle. This has 4 sides too and 4 vertices like the square, but unlike the square, not all the sides are equal. I can rotate it and that doesn't change its name. I hear you saying rectangle. Nice job. This is a rectangle. Let's go ahead and review our learning targets for today. Our learning targets for this lesson are I can learn combinations of 5 and 10. Let's go ahead and get started. It's really important for mathematicians to be able to visualize numbers in their head. What that means is I want you to be able to picture numbers in your head. For example, if I say the number 3, can you picture it in your head? Maybe you thought of 3 fingers when I said the number 3. Or maybe you were able to picture 3 dots like we would see on a die or a domino. Or maybe you even thought of a 5 frame with 3 dots inside of it. You might have had a different idea or a visual mental picture of 3, and that's okay. That's what's special about math is there's lots of different ways we can think about numbers. Today, I'm going to introduce you to another tool that will help us visualize or picture numbers in our head. This is my tool today. This tool is called a 5 rack. Now I'm telling you it's a 5 rack, but how can you tell me if it really has 5? Can you prove it to me? Mathematicians often have to prove their ideas to other mathematicians. How can you prove that there are 5 beads? Well, I know that 3 plus 2 equals 5. Can you prove it to me a different way? 4 and 1 make 5. That's true. Do you have another way to prove that it's 5? What about 2 and 3 make 5? One and 4 also make 5. So this 5 rack has 5 beads. We're going to play a little game of flash. I'm going to flash you the 5 rack and you're going to tell me how many beads you see, how many beads you saw, and how many beads are hiding. Let's get started. So I'm going to show you very quickly. I want to know how many beads that you can see. How many beads did you see? Well, if you saw 4, how many beads are hiding? Let's check. There are 4 beads. I see 2 and 2. You were right about the 4 beads. So if there's 4 beads here, how many beads are hiding? Did you say 1? 4 and 1 make 5. Let's try another one. How many beads did you see? If you saw 2, then how many beads are hiding? Let's check. There's the 2 beads you saw, so how many beads are hiding? 2 and 3. 2 and 3 make 5. Let's try another one. How many beads did you see? No beads? We call that 0. You saw 0 beads. If there were 0 beads, then how many were hiding? Let's check. 0 beads. That means 5 were hiding. 0 and 5 make 5. Let's do another. How many beads do you see? You saw 1 bead. Then how many beads were hiding? Let's check. There's the 1 bead you saw. So how many beads are hiding? I hear many of you saying 4. 1 and 4 make 5. Nice job, kindergartners. How many beads do you see? You saw 3 beads, then how many are hiding? Let's check. 3 and 2. 3 and 2 make 5. Get ready for the next one. How many beads did you see? You saw all the beads? Well, all the beads would be 5. If you saw all the beads, how many would be hiding? Let's check. You were right. All the beads were here. That's 5 red beads, and that means that 0 beads were hiding. 5 and 0 make 5. I'm going to show you another rack. What is the same about this rack and what is different? What's the same about this rack? You're right. This rack also has 5 red beads, just like the 5 rack. But something's different about this rack. What's different about this rack? Yes, it has some white beads. It has some white beads. So this rack has some red beads and it also has some white beads. Let's figure out how many beads are on this rack. I know these red beads are 5. There's 5 of these. 5 red and 1 more white. 5, 6. That would be 6. If I add another, what's 1 more than 6? 5, 6, 7. 7 beads. What would be 1 more? There's another bead over here. 7 and 1 more. Did you say 8? Let's check. 5, 6, 7, 8. There were 8. Are you starting to guess how many beads are on my rack? Don't tell me yet. 8. Let's do 1 more. 1 more. 9. One more than 8 is 9. Let's check. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One bead left. What's 9 and one more? Did you say 10? Let's check. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This rack has 5 red and 5 white beads. Kind of like your hands. Show me your hands. On one hand you have 5, and on the other hand you have 5. 5 and 5 make, I heard you, 5 and 5 make 10. This is a 10 rack. There's 5 red beads and there's 5 white beads. We're going to use the 10 rack to think about number. This is another way that we can think about or visualize numbers in our head. I'm going to show you some beads and you're going to tell me how many are hiding. This time it's a little different because I'm not going to flash it very quickly. I'm just going to show you and leave it for you to look at. Think about how many beads you see here. How many beads do you see here? I hear lots of you saying 6. 5 and one more is 6. If there's 6 beads, how many beads are hiding? Let's check. If you said there were 4 white beads hiding, you were right. I had all my red and 1 white, and 4 were hiding. Let's try another. How many beads do you see? I hear you saying 9. There are 9 beads. If there are 9 beads here, how many beads are hiding? I can see all the 5 red and I can see 4 of the white. I know there's some white over on the other side hiding, but how many white? Let's check. 1, 9, and 1 make 10. Nice job, kindergartners. Let's try another. How many do you see? If you see 7, then how many must be hiding? Let's check. If you said 7 and 3 hiding, you were right. 7 and 3 make 10. How many do you see? I see all the red. I see all the red, so I know that's 5. Then how many must be hiding? All the white? You're right. I don't see any white they must be hiding. If all the red are showing and all the white are hiding, how many beads are hiding? Let's check. If you said 5 white were hiding, you were right. 5 and 5 make 10. We just have a couple more. Get ready. How many beads do you see? If you see 8 beads, then how many are hiding? How many? 2? Let's check. I had 8 beads on this side, 3 of the white, and that meant 2 white were hiding over here. 8 and 2 make 10. Get ready. How many beads do you see? I heard the word all again. How many beads are all the beads on this rack? That is 10. This is a 10 rack. So if there's 10 beads showing, then how many beads are hiding? Did you say 0? Let's check. 10 and 0 make 10. So we used a 5 rack today and a 10 rack. That's another way that we could picture or visualize numbers. Kindergartners, I would like you to go get a family member and bring them to the screen. Hi, kindergarten families. We were working today on combinations of 5 and 10, but I want to talk to you specifically about the number 5. The number 5 is the most important number in all of kindergarten. Our goal for all kindergartners is to know their combinations to 5 before they get to first grade. We want them to know that pretty solid. So a few ways that you could help your kindergartner with their 5 is at snack time. You could give out your portions in sets of 5. So for example, you could give your kindergartner 3 grapes. When they have the 3 grapes, you could say, how many more do you need to get 5 grapes? And then have your kindergartner figure that out. What you want to pay attention to is if your kindergartner can just answer you, I need 2 more grapes, or if they need to use their fingers. There's nothing wrong with using our fingers in math. Many mathematicians do. But if your child is using their fingers, what that means is that they need more experience with that particular number. Then maybe you're going to hand out some pretzels or maybe even some more grapes, and you could give your child a different number, give them 4, and ask how many they need to get to 5. That's one great way to work on the number 5 every day when you're handing out that snack. That example is a visual example. The grapes or the pretzels or whatever snack you're using, that provides your student with a visual. We also want to encourage kindergartners to create their own visualizations. So you can practice that verbally. So to do that, you could just talk about numbers. You could say something like, if I have 5 and I remove 4, how many would I have left? So you could just give them these little scenarios while you're playing or while you're walking or even when you're taking a drive. So we would have the visual, the verbal, and then it's time for the symbolic. And what I mean by that is the actual symbol of the numbers. So you could make a set of cards with the numbers 0 through 5 in them. And then you might say something like this. You could say, if I had 5, and I removed 2, or I took 2 away, how many would I have left? Having those conversations can be really helpful with our kindergartners. When we think about our combinations of 5, we think about putting 2 parts together to make a whole. That would be like adding, combining those 2 numbers. And we also think about partitioning or removing. So that's starting with the whole of 5 and removing a piece of it. That represents subtraction, and it's really important that we give our kindergartners the opportunity to work on both addition and subtraction. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you will join me in our next lesson on KSPS. In the meantime, if you're looking for more things to help your kindergartner or your other children at home, please visit the Spokane Public Schools Learning from Home website. See you next time.